Marie Curie meets Elon Musk, the innovation blueprint that changed everything. What if the person who cracked the code on radioactivity could have predicted a billionaire launching rockets into space over a century later? Sounds wild, right? But here's the thing, Marie Curie and Elon Musk are running the exact same playbook, just in different eras, and once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Marie Curie was born in Warsaw, Poland in 1867, at a time when women were not allowed to attend university in her home country. She scraped together every resource she had, moved to Paris, and enrolled at the Sorbonne, where she not only graduated first in her physics degree, but went on to discover two elements, polonium and radium, and win not one but two Nobel Prizes in two completely different scientific fields. Nobody had done that before. Nobody has matched it since. She was working in a shed, with barely any funding, facing institutional sexism at every single turn, and she still fundamentally changed how humanity understands matter and energy. That is not just impressive, that is a masterclass in building something from nothing. Marie Curie conducted her research on a budget that would make a modern startup founder cry. Her early lab work was funded by grants totaling roughly a few thousand francs, which in today's money is almost laughably small. She isolated 1 gram of radium from approximately 10 tons of pitchblende ore. That is a 10,000 to 1 ratio of raw material to result. Fast forward to SpaceX. Elon Musk's company has raised over $9 billion in funding, launched more than 200 successful Falcon 9 missions, and reduced the cost of sending a kilogram of payload to orbit from around $54,000 on the space shuttle to roughly $2,700. Both Curie and Musk were obsessed with doing more with less, efficiency as a philosophy, not just a strategy. From a business perspective, what Curie modeled, and what SpaceX has weaponized, is what we call first principles innovation. Curie did not accept the existing scientific consensus as the ceiling. She questioned the fundamental nature of atoms when most of her peers thought the atom was the end of the story. Musk did the same thing with aerospace, asking why rockets had to be single-use when the most expensive part of a flight is the vehicle itself. Both built systems that disrupted entrenched industries by refusing to inherit other people's assumptions. The business read here is clear. The organizations and entrepreneurs who win long-term are not the ones optimizing the existing model. They are the ones burning it down and rebuilding from the ground up with better questions. But let's keep it honest, because nobody gets everything right. Curie's greatest blind spot was personal safety. She carried radioactive isotopes in her pockets, stored them in her desk drawer, and kept notebooks that are still too radioactive to handle safely today. Her dedication to the work cost her her life. She died in 1934 from aplastic anemia caused by decades of radiation exposure. On the SpaceX side, Musk has faced serious criticism for aggressive timelines that have led to workplace safety concerns, high employee burnout rates, and early rocket failures that were sometimes preventable. The lesson is not that these innovators were reckless for the sake of it. It is that visionary focus, when unchecked, can create blind spots that cause real harm. Genius and accountability have to travel together. So here is your Thing Tally takeaway for today. The Marie Curie innovation blueprint is not about being the smartest person in the room. It is about being the most relentlessly curious one. It is about working with what you have, questioning what everyone else accepts, and refusing to let the size of your resources define the size of your ambition. Whether you are building a business, launching a project, or just trying to level up in your career, the framework is the same. Identify the assumption everyone else is standing on, and ask what happens if you remove it. That is where the breakthroughs live. That is where the Nobel Prizes are. That is where the rockets get reused. If this episode got your brain firing, hit that subscribe button right now, because we drop new Thing Tally episodes every week connecting history's greatest minds to the stories shaping our world today. Share this with someone who needs a reminder that big ideas do not require big budgets, just big questions.